And welcome to the TVI Morning Show. This is my host, Tyler, and I'm Joe Castelino, VP of Fixed Operations for American Motors Group. Happy to be chatting here.
Yeah.
Tyler, take it away. Your show.
Like Joe said, I'm Tyler Parker. I'm the Western Regional Sales Manager for TVI Market Pro. We are part of Notify. We have a bunch of new products. But Joe and I are actually going to talk about looking ahead and fixed ops beyond 2026. What I'd like to ask you first is just, what do you think will define the most successful service departments over the next coming years?
Well, Tyler, first, in all seriousness, thanks for having me here.
Of course.
Coming to the TVI booth always feels like coming home to family, so it's great. To answer your question, what's going to define most successful service departments, I think, is how we're thinking, right? Like, the industry changed in the last quarter of last year, and everything really switched from the variable side to the fixed side. And it was really easy to get complacent in the formidable years of, post-COVID.
Yep.
Right now, as the house starts leaning on service, right, we have to start thinking creatively. And what are we going to do? What's our advertising look like? What's our mobile service look like? What's our scheduler look like? There's a handful of things that we have to really think creatively. Are we hosting events? Are we having, customer receptions? And I think that right there is going to really define how successful service departments are, especially the guys that are early to react to it.
I love all of that. But I'd like to point out too, I feel that people just need to not do the old ways that we've just done something. We need to expand on how we try to get those people into multi-pronged effect, AI, digital, Facebook, paid search. Mail's actually been great too, coming back, just because there's a lot of people that have quit doing business or have never done business with the stores.
Well, so here's what I like about mail, right? Like, it's a forgotten media.
Correct.
It's you get a piece of mail, you're like, okay, you look at it, and email right now is getting spammed, right? Email was the hot thing 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Then it became Facebook, and then it became Instagram, and then it became this and that. And everybody switched to the digital stuff to where, you start getting oversaturated with it. And I notice myself, like, I'm spending less and less time on social media and less time on because it's the same stuff, it's the same pitch, and it becomes very salesy. And what once was fun to see your family and your friends here and there, now is turned into this whole juggernaut of advertising.
Yeah.
So to get a piece of mail that's tailored, right? And I'll tell you something that I really love. I love, like, the holiday cards that you guys do. They are, because they're personalized, they're a gift card, they're something tangible. And we set them, like in our group, we set them as tiers, right? Like, hey, you're an A-level tier, a C-level tier, a B-level tier, and you get different offers. Hey, here's a $100 gift card, here's a $50 gift card here. But it's something tangible where people feel like they care.
It's nice to be able to pull it out and put it in your wallet. You don't have to carry the big coupon with you.
And think of that, right? Like, when you've touched it and you've actually acknowledged it, right? Physical touch. Yeah. You feel like you've got the $100.
Correct.
I know when I do, I'm like, okay, wow, I've got a $100 gift card at Costco or a $100 gift card at Macy's. And so it's not something that gets tossed away.
Yeah.
Right? And so when I do need my service, when I do need this, where am I hey, I have a $100 gift card here. I'm going here.
Yep.
And so you combine that with the power of the conquesting, right? You combine that with the power of even the BDC AI stuff that you guys have, right? You're talking about a very strategic move in trying to capture a very specific customer.
Next question for you. What do you think fixed ops directors should immediately quit doing going forward?
Competing against me. I don't want any competition, and if you could stop that, that would be amazing. No. Look, what I think that you need to really stop doing is just showing up to go to work and doing the same old, right? And you touched on that.
Yeah.
We have to think differently. And what that looks like in everybody else's market is different, right? Like, we've got stores in different markets, and I mean, we tailor our advertising for that special area, right? Yeah. So our Northern California stores, we do a lot of digital media because we have a lot of techie environments,
correct,
right? And then you go to our southern stores or our more rural stores, we're heavy in the mail. We're heavy in conquesting, just to let people know, hey, we're here, we're going on. One of my favorite things that we did is we got really strategic. So we had a open Audi point in one of our stores, or next to one of our stores, And we have a VW franchise that could service it.
Correct.
And so a lot of these Audi customers weren't able to get service, and their closest Audi store was 150 miles away.
Right.
So guess what we did? We conquested everybody within that 150 miles and said, hey, we're here to do business. Well, somebody didn't like that and started sending our customers something.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I bombed that store. I went target specific to that store and said, hey, let's get creative and let's really see who wants to play. So, I mean, that's the type of stuff that we have to start thinking creatively. And kudos to that manager who came after me because he thought differently.
Yeah.
I consider myself a bigger shark.
We're all just trying. I mean, that's the whole thing. Is the only way to grow going forward. There's less cars out there. Less cars have been sold. Until the sales market comes back, there's just our everyday client is just way less. So you have to get people that either have stopped or have never been. That's the only way to grow right now.
Well, I'm going to contest that a little bit, right? Okay, because here's what I think. I think that, we haven't put new cars in the market, but there's a lot of people that are servicing their old cars. And 2 or 3 years ago, the stat was the average car on the road was 8 years, and I think the stat's now 13 years or 15 years, something like that. So they're keeping them longer. There's also a misconception that dealers are more expensive, right?
Well,
and
yes.
Sometimes we are, sometimes we're not. And I would like to say we're not really, right? We're very affordable, we're reasonable, especially given what you get.
Yes.
Right? You have all the creature amenities, but we're also not the most, the perception is we're not the most convenient to do business with. But you go talk about mobile services, right? And you're talking about cars that are 8 years, 9 years old. We're conquesting those guys, right? We're going to dig into databases that people might not necessarily have come to the dealer, right? Yeah. But you can now recapture that market and really regain control of your PIA, PMI, whatever you want to call it.
And I love that you touched on mobile service too. I mean, I'm here. I'm multi-states away from where my car is. Someone came and picked up my car yesterday, did my service, and it's back home. So mobile service is super convenient. And to touch on what you said too about like everybody thinks dealers are more, expensive. They're just not as convenient. I mean, every store that we help, we do occasional mystery shops, and I call all sorts of independents, and the dealership, for the most part, most maintenance is always cheaper than all the independents I call. So it's just something that's been put out there, and people just still believe it.
I think you really need to look at your own core processes, your own core structure, of how your stores are set up, and how convenient you are for the customer. Because no matter how much advertising you do, you get one shot, right? And I've learned that. I've learned that through your agency. I've learned that through different agencies. I get one shot to win these guys back. And if I biff it, I've messed it up for the next 10 years, right? They're never coming back after I've done everything to win that. So I think before you start this strategy of, I need more appointments, I need to go after the older cars, you really have to just clean yourself up, look at your own processes, look how easy it is to do business with. I love that you talked about self-shopping yourself or doing the mystery shop. You have to just throw yourself out there and be open to the critique of, I might not be the best, or I might not be anywhere near as good as I was. I did it myself the other day, and it was something very mundane. I went to book an appointment myself online, and I kept getting this one advisor. And I go, why? I've got 6 advisors of this store. And I called the BDC manager, and she goes, oh, well, we set this one manager up because we just let anybody take anything. And I'm like, okay, well, why do we do that? We set the schedule up very specifically, so, Tyler got his, Joe got his, Sarah got her appointments, and not just anybody goes for anybody, because that's what everybody does. And I don't want to say everybody, because that stereotypes it, but that's what, maybe I say the majority. That's the expectation that I'm going to come in and take a number. And I don't want that experience, right? And so I was embarrassed to find out in my own store that did that, but I was open enough to understand, hey, it's just a behavior we have to correct. Let's solve for that.
So, I mean, a lot of people that come in on a regular basis, they want to select their person. If they're going in there trying to do the easy, convenient thing of making it online, and they can't select their person, that could be frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look exactly what I said here. I feel like I'm coming home. I walked up to your booth, and I instantly ran to you, ran to Nick, ran to Will, And it's not that I'm coming to TVI, I'm coming to Tyler's, I'm coming to Nick's house, I'm coming to Will's house, right? And so you need to just really solidify and reinforce those relationships. And so when you're like, oh, I'm here for this person, I'm here for that person, it works. But, you know, if I saw, hey, your appointment's with Tyler on my phone, great. I know Tyler knows I'm coming. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
It's that personal touch that you really need to just look at and clean up.
Last one for you.
Sure.
If there was one thing that you could give advice to fixed ops leaders going forward to do, what would that be?
Ooh. I guess I really laid it out there just with that last question, is really look at your own processes, look how convenient you are to do business with, and don't be afraid to change or the truth. Simple.
Perfect. Joe?
Well, thanks for having me on this morning show.
It's always a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Love you, man.